Hi my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM21 and our Project Black Sea series. Last episode, my friends, is linked above for you right now. Be sure to go and check that one out. I will say lots has happened obviously since last episode and this one. All is kind of explained in that episode, but yeah, we are basically fast forwarding all the way to sort of the end of the season, so to speak. We've had such a successful season that I've decided to do a 3-game special today where we could clinch a berth into the final of the Cup again and potentially even lift the Efbet trophy for a 3rd season in a row. Let me talk you through it. Let's do this. But first things first, ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about transfers. And I've got a big transfer joining us January of next year. So obviously we are in the 8th of April 2026. This player is going to be signing on the dotted line on the 8th of January 2027. The reason for this is he's 17 years of age. We have to wait until he's 18 before he can sign for the player. Basically, Guy went away on international duty. He's got his first couple of senior caps for his nation, which is amazing. He has been a revelation this season, does have to be said. And so I decided to take a look at the national team, and this lad, Alessandro Crosado, was called up. He's got 3 caps at 17 years of age, by the way. And I thought, we'll have a little scout, and he was interested in joining. Now, obviously, all players are centre-back, central defender on defence, 6'3", so I really like that. You know, big rangy centre-back, 17 heading, 11 marking, 12 tackling, 10 passing. So I might try to train him as actually a ball-playing defender, if possible, because I think that passing is a lot better than your average centre-back. And I just decided to go for it. As far as the transfer is concerned, you're going to see 350k up front. It can go up to about £1 million with all of the add-ons, which might take a little while to do that. Now, some of you might be looking at that and thinking, why did you need another centre-back? Well, at the time, it looked like we were going to lose Adanov, but he has since been offered a new contract because he's now happy with his playing time. It's very, very odd. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. We're probably going to have to shuffle the pack when he does come in, but we've got such young centre-backs, we could probably send some out on loan anyway, but I just think he's an instant starter, and we are building towards this Champions League team, and I think that he is just a massive addition, basically, where that is concerned. As far as the rest of the transfer biz is concerned, you will see that Zhibovic has signed now, for the football club. He is in the under-19s. He's so young. I just thought we might as well put him in the under-19s for the rest of this season. See if he develops a little bit, which he is. He is slightly getting better. So we're going to throw him down there, and then when we come back, for the summer transfer window, we'll see what signings we make. He might make his way into the first team. If not, we'll just let him develop. We might send him out on loan or something like that. And as far as players going out are concerned, you'll see Martin Tomasz has gone out on loan for the rest of the season to PF Cape Montana, who are having a pretty average season, but they are newly promoted. They've got a couple of our players on loan, and I just felt the need to send him out and get some football. He's played 4 games, so yeah, he's getting some decent game time at a higher level. So that's the transfer biz done and dusted. As you can see, I didn't end up doing that special transfer video because one signing, really. It weren't really much point, was there? But we'll talk about the games that have been played between last episode and this one. Now, last episode, we were going to do a Champions League double. Didn't quite come off because we were beat by Monaco. And then we drew with Sofia, which was pretty terrible. But we followed that up with a 3-0 win in the quarterfinal of the Cup. You'll see Damyanov, Topazov and Dimitrov with the goals. Dimitrov with his first goal in like nearly 2 years. So that was pretty incredible. Leipzig then hammered us by 3-0. We were actually in this game, like the scoreline suggests we were battered. We weren't battered. We were actually relatively competitive, but it is what it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So once again, for a second year running, our Champions League campaign finishes with 1 draw and the rest were defeats. But are we making strides towards getting through? I don't know if we are. We need a big transfer window basically in the summer. Then it's a bunch of Efbet games. You're going to see we've won 10 games in a row in the league, and it has set us up nicely for today's episode. I'm going to try to race through this because we are doing 3 games in today's episode, because I want to try to kind of finalise this season, so to speak, in today's episode. So CSK 1948 were first up, 4-2 win for us. You'll see Aradi from the penalty spot. Stankov got himself a brace, and Topazov, I'm going to throw this out there, Stankov has had to step up because Zhivkov has only just scored his first goal since the winter break. He really has just gone off the boil big time, which is a real surprise. But Stankov has stepped up and done a really good job. They did grab a couple of goals, even though they were down to 10 men late on in the game. Then we came up against CSKA Sofia, 2-0 win against them. Majanovic, whose name I really struggled to say, scored his first goal for the football club, and Stankov with another. So that made that 3-2 for Stankov. Then we came up against Plovdiv. You'll see Ivanov and Zhivkov. This was the last goal Zhivkov scored until this CSKA Sofia game. So, yeah, he really did go off the boil massively, but a good 2-1 win. A bunch of friendlies. We won't go through them, but as you can see, they were relatively successful for us during the winter break. We came back from the winter break against Pirin, and we got a 2-1 win in this one. They were 1-0 to the good. I thought we were going to taste defeat for the first time in a very long time in the league, but it wasn't to be, as Stankov and Iradi secured the points for us. Then we came up against Bero, 2-0 win, Stankov again in the second minute, and an OG late on. Then it was September Sofia, 3-1 win in this game, Stankov again inside the first minute, Ivanov from the penalty spot, and Malinov with a great header, and you'll see they did grab themselves a goal, even though they were down to 10 men again. Botev Vraka, a 2-0 win, really heavily rotated team, but you'll see we still got the business done with Rasim and Petkov grabbing the goals in this one. Then it was Levski Sofia, who have been an absolute force this season, does have to be said. And to be fair to them, very unlucky not to take anything from the game. But Topazov scores himself a brace, Petkov with the other one. But they did grab a couple of goals. Radislav Kostov, as you can see there for Levski, is a player I am looking at, but they do want quite a bit of money for him. Then it was PFK Montana, 3-1 win. Topazov, Tasev and Malinov with the goals in this one. Then it was Botev, Plovdiv, who have kind of actually fallen off a cliff, does have to be said, but Topazov grabs himself the winner. And then it was CSKA Sofia. Once again, we get all 3 points, and we've just been exceptional against all of the very good teams. And Radislav Zhivkov grabs himself a brace in this game, and you know, his goals were so important. Now, today's episode is going to be the 2 semi-final legs plus the Ludogorets Razgrad game, and if we can secure the title against Razgrad, that would be absolutely beautiful. I think we only need to get a point, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why we only need to get a point. We are, of course, into the championship phase of the league. We're on 73 points. Levski are on 61, and I believe with only 12 points available, a draw is enough, basically. So, yeah, happy days. Zhivkov scored so many goals early on that he's still in the race for the top goal scorer. Pozgai's in there, first season with 9 assists. Topes, Iradi are up there. Petrov's up there. It's just been a bloody good season, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, let's play the first leg, shall we, of the Cup. I've rotated the team slightly because we've got a few fitness problems. A few people have had injuries lately. And also, I do feel like the growth of some of the players has kind of plateaued a little bit because they've not been getting much game time. So I am going to rotate and try to get the title secured, basically, is what I really want to do. So that's why I'm going to rotate the team for this game. But let's crack on, shall we, with the first of a 3-game, very special episode. We're going to go Damianov in goal. Oh, that is a big one I do need to talk about. Petrov is down and out up to, 3 to 11 days left on the injury. But it was like 2 weeks, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks. So Damianov's having to play football at the moment for us in the first team. So Damianov's going to play in goal. Marjanovic and Verdenikov are going to play at fullback. Malinov, Iradi are going to play centre-back. Mitov, Dimitrov in the midfield. Mrzic and Damianov on the wings. Gagliardi through the middle. And Zhivkov off the back of that brace is going to play as striker in this game. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first leg of the Cup is at home, so I'm hoping home field advantage can be very important. Bero have had a bit of an up and down season, bit average to be honest with you. They were one of a bunch of very good teams when we first got into the division, but they've kind of fallen off a little bit. But they're still a very good team, still got some very good players, and we should still be very wary of them. And obviously we've had to ring the changes for the game, so we will wait and see what happens in this one. But yeah, it's been a brilliant season once again here in Bulgaria. We have actually just signed a brand new contract with Ludogorets to keep us here for a further season on top of the 2 that we had. So yeah, that's pretty good. But we'll just have to see what happens in the summer. If a big club comes in for us again like it did last year, That's a ball over the top. Good header. Damianov collects, and now he's going to drive forward, and he's going to go alone, and that's a brilliant save. Really, really good save. If Zhivkov had stayed onside, the ball was there for Damianov to slide him in. Mrzic with the corner. Nothing's going to come of this probably. But yeah, like I say, we have signed on for another season on top of the 2 years, so 3-year deal, and we'll just wait and see what happens basically. £1,500 a week now as manager of Litex, and we're loving life here. We really are loving life here. We're building this team into something pretty special. I think I've requested to upgrade a few of the facilities they're going through at the moment. We'll probably talk about that stuff in next episode when we round the season up. But yeah, it's just a very, very good time that we're having. We're not having a good time in this game though, are we? 2 shots, 1 on target. Very quiet. Very, very quiet from the players in this one. It's kind of what happens when you rotate the team though so heavily. Zhivkov, this has become a little bit too frequent, these 6.4s, and not really getting in the game. I'm going to tell him I'm not happy with that first half, because I'm not. We really should be doing a bit better, even with a rotated team. Gagliardi's not having a good game. Mrzic not having a good game. Zhivkov not having a good game. Really need them guys to come into it a little bit more. But Verdenikov with the throw-in into Gagliardi. Lovely touch from him. Into Dimitrov, who... And the weird thing about Gagliardi as well is that he's actually declared for Italy all of a sudden. I didn't think you could do that unless, if you'd been capped by your country in competition, which he had, but he's managed to do it somehow. So I don't know why he would do that, because I don't think he's ever going to be good enough to get into the Italian national team, but he's decided to be capped by the under-20s. This is good football though. Gagliardi is in. Oh, he doesn't score, but Damianov does at the back post. It's a good save, a good initial save from the keeper, but we managed to put that one away, and it's 1-0, an advantage to Litex. But we're going to be facing a free kick now. This is some way out, and Damianov saves. I was worried that was going to creep in the bottom corner there. Still question marks about Damianov. He is a backup keeper at the end of the day, so we don't need him to be spectacular, but he does make some odd decisions. That's a good header into Zhivkov. He's going to drive past the defender. He's still got another one to beat, though, and he doesn't beat him. But that was classic Zhivkov. Turn and run. Head down, keep going, see if you can score a goal. Gagliardi's fitness, little questionable. Might have to make a change there, and I think we will make that change because I don't want to risk injuries at the moment. We'll put Mitov in. He's not the best at that role, but he can play it. So we'll throw him forward, and we will leave. We'll leave Del Duca, who has not had much football this year. Does have to be said. The emergence of a lot of players have kind of kept him out of the team. Damianov will do that. He did score the goal, but we will make that change. Damianov, we'll let him come on. And Zhivkov, again, has just had a pretty woeful day at the office. And he's just so much better than everything else we've got, and it's the reason why I play him. But I don't know. We might have to look at a summer striker signing. We might have to do it, because if this is what's going to happen with Zhivkov, we can't risk that. But 1-0, it's kind of looking like this is how it's going to finish, ladies and gents. Here we go. Very, very late chance here. Let's hope it doesn't end up with Bero, as Marjanovic into Mrzic. Ball over the top into Stankov, whose run was very good. Oh, he's hit the outside of the post. What a goal. That would have been from Tony Stankov, he has honestly been a revelation in Zhivkov's struggles. Verdenikov with the throw-in now. Malanov clears. We managed to keep that. What a ball that is across the field into Mrzic, who drives forward. Oh, the pass just doesn't come off. It's unlucky. They're going to come back at us, and this is probably going to come to nothing, and this is going to be game, set and match to Litex. Really good stuff. I'm happy. I'm buzzing that we're going to win this first leg and set up the second leg quite nicely. But now it's to the big league decider. So it's not the way I wanted to do it, ladies and gents. But we were just about to play our game, and it says that we've done the double, because obviously we won the Super Cup earlier on in the season. And I think it's because Levski have just cocked up. They've drawn their game, and that's enough for us to secure the title. We're still going to play the Ludogorets game. because I think we get to lift the title at the end of that game. But we have done it. We've won the league for a third season in a row. Not the way I wanted to do it. Malanov's happy because we've won a piece of silverware. We're well ahead of schedule where that's concerned. 3 years in a row that we've won this title now, and I'm really happy with that. Iconic calendar builds Litex Lovech legacy. Feel free to pause and have a read, my friends, and bonuses are being paid out. But yeah, let's just get into the game. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to waffle too much. We've already secured the title. Let's just get into the game. Obviously, some rotations taking place, but this is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go Damjanov in goal, Marjanovic and Tasev at fullback. Malinov and Danov are going to play centre-back together. Danov has finally signed that new contract, only £500 a week, because he is still a young player developing in the team. Pozguy's going to partner Yankov in the midfield. Petkov's going to come in on the left because, unfortunately, Damjanov's just picked up a knock just before this game, which is devastating because he's been playing some good stuff recently. Topasov is going to play down the right-hand side. He's in the double figures for assists and goals again for a third season in a row. Gagliardi is going to play attacking midfield. We're going to stick with Zhivkov because he does have the qualities, 23 goals this season, but he needs to find the back of the net in the league once again. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've already secured the title, as I've already said. I'm just hoping we get to see the trophy lift because I'm a bit worried that there might be this whole chance that we won't get to see that now. I've got chocolate on my trousers. Oh dear. There's a chance we might not get to see that now because obviously it was decided before the game. I'm hoping and praying that we do get to see it. If not, it's crap, but it's one of those things. It just happens, doesn't it, ladies and gents, from time to time. But let's see how good we can be in this game, obviously with a few rotated players. Ludogorets still a very, very good team, does have to be said. They were the team to beat when we obviously first got promoted, but not so much anymore. But you watch them go and absolutely hammer me now. That's a brilliant ball. Oh, that's a really good goal. But where are our defence? We're all over the show back there. Oh, dearie me. Too easy, that. Way too easy to get through us and score that goal. And this is why mass recruitment is needed in the summer. Because I kind of need to get this to a stage where we just walk over this league and it's all about the Champions League. As Tasev now drives forward on that left-hand side. It's a really good ball, but Zhivkov, as per, can't put it in the back of the net. I don't know what's happened to him. I really just don't know what's happened to him. He has just fallen off a cliff. Can't find the back of the net. He was just one of the most natural finishers I've ever had in any save, and now he just can't score goals. It's really, really strange. And he's not even old. He's only like 26. That's not good. That throw-in was actually pointless from Tasev there. But we've got the ball back. It is Pozguy. That's a lovely ball. Topasov's going nowhere. Does get it back in. That's going to be the highlight. Oh, I hate those highlights where you just kick it against a player. Ah, dear. Deary me. I don't want to lose this unbeaten record against Ludogorets of all teams, especially when they've had one shot on target. Not good enough, though. It's just not a good display so far. No urgency at all. I'm actually going to tell him I'm a bit annoyed with that, and I'm going to go attacking in the second half as well. We're just going to try and go for it a little bit. But Zhivkov's probably going to be the first casualty. If he can't grab himself a goal in this one, and he can't get through it, he might not play again this season because he's just not been good enough. Adanov's going to miss the next game because of that yellow. But yeah, he just has not been good enough for us since that winter break. It just, I can't explain it. Look, he's just woeful. 6.3. Stankov's coming on. And that's it. Zhivkov's season's over. Because I need goals. And I can't be sitting back hoping that he's going to be the man to grab them for us. Gagliardi. This is an issue because I don't have any attacking players. But he's going to have to come off. So we're going to take him off. Do you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring Merzic on. I'm going to put Topes in the middle because I do think he's got the ability to play there. And I'm going to play Merzic out wide. And just see what happens, basically. But we've been all over them. We've actually dominated the game, but just not been able to score a goal. And I'm going to be really annoyed if we don't come through this with something when it's been that one-sided on the stats. That's a ball over the top, and that's not going to come to anything. Malinov does find Petkov, though. And it's just going to be a red card. I need a goal. I don't care about red cards. I really don't. And now they're just going to sit in, and it's going to be impossible for us to break them down. Right, goal kick from Ludogorets. Come on. Oh, God, how have you let him win that? How have you let them win that? You've let them win it 3 times from us. That's just atrocious. They've got 10 men. Come on, win the ball back. Win the ball back. Oh, my God. Oh, Damianov, you've made such a meal of that. This is what happens, I think, that when you secure the league, then you just go to sleep. No one's really interested. Can we take the corner? Thank you. It's over the bar. Thank you very much. Jesus, that took forever for him to take that corner. And it's just going to be a Ludogorets 1-0 win, even with 10 men, isn't it? Because even though we've gone on very attacking and we got the man advantage, we can't score. Makes a lot of sense. Well, we didn't lift the title. Pointless. Well, to say I'm gutted about that defeat against Ludogorets and then to not see a trophy ceremony at the end of it is a complete understatement. I'm really annoyed, actually. I'm really annoyed at it for whatever reason. I think because we were like 11 games in a row that we'd won in the league, and then we were just pretty shoddy, weren't we, to be honest with you. But we go back to the cup now. Let's try to book ourselves a place in the final. We've got a 1-0 advantage from the first leg. I've had to rotate slightly because of, all sorts of stuff that's going on with the team. But hopefully they're going to be good enough to get the job done. So we're going to go with Damianov in goal. Petrov is back on the bench, but not quite fit enough. Verdenikov and Marjanovic are going to play fullback. Malinov and Ibradi are going to play centre-back together. Yankov's going to partner Mitov in the midfield. We're going to go Merzic down the right, Damianov down the left, and Gagliardi through the middle. And Stankov is going to come into play up top because I just don't know what's happened to Zhivkov. So, obviously, a 1-0 advantage, ladies and gentlemen, is not great, but we will go into this game hoping we can book ourselves a place in the final so that, if anything this season, at least we've dominated domestically again. That would be amazing to be able to sit here and say back-to-back domestic trebles would be pretty special for this little football team, and the team we're kind of turning it into. I do think, though, this is probably going to have to be the biggest summer in our history to try to compete in the European stages of football. I think bare minimum next season, I want to try and finish third in the group stage. If we can get there, of course, there are no guarantees. We might meet some really good teams. But if we can get to the group stage, I'd like to finish third minimum and then just try to have a bit of a run at the Europa League. But there's lots of work to be done where this team's concerned. As we've just seen, we can be beaten on any given Saturday or Sunday by anybody. Ludogorets weren't amazing in that game a little while ago, as a ball comes in and Damianov somehow manages to gather the football, but that is a really good opportunity for Barrow, and we've not really got going again. A lot of this is the amount of rotation I'm having to fanny about with at the moment. Mitov is on a yellow card. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Playing deep line playmaker, not really a role I've been trying to sort of train him to play. I want him to play more that ball winning role, but we're just having to get by at the minute. Damianov, that's a really good ball in from him, but nothing comes of it. Yankov goes left this time into Malinov, who isn't going to go anywhere with that. He's a centre back. He's got good passing ability though. Into Yankov again. Verdenikov now. Yankov, turn. Can he pass? Always looking forward. That's a really poor ball from Mitov, though, and that's going to put us on the back foot. I just don't know what Mitov was thinking there, because there was no one in the direction that he passed the football, and they managed to get a very good counter-attack off, but Damianov was in the way of it this time. Ball in, and it's another really top chance. We are not playing very well, are we? We might have to make a change at half-time. Mitov might have to be sacrificed here, because we've not played well this entire episode, though, have we? Let's be honest. We have not played well at all this entire episode. Just a 1-0 win in that first leg, and just not good enough, really. That's going to be a sending off. There's a weird cut there. Do apologise. Doorbell went. Mum was here. They've had a man sent off. Obviously, I weren't really paying too much attention because I could hear the door going. And I know my wife's working at the moment as well. So, yeah, it's one of those things. They're in, though, even with 10 men, and they've grabbed a goal. We are shoddy in today's episode. We really are. We're going to bring Dimitrov on for Mitov. Gagliardi's been awful. Stankov's not been great. Gagliardi's going to come off as well, and we're going to bring Ivanov on. Mitov driving forward now. We have to bounce back straight away if we can. But, what is going on? Marjanovic has missed that header. He's going to take a yellow card, probably by the looks of things. But how bad have we been in today's episode? No way we should be letting these guys draw this up, especially with 10 men. I'm going to go attacking. It doesn't really seem to do much on this game, but I'm actually going to berate the team as well because it's just been so bad today. Makes you wonder how we have been so good all season long for us to just be this crap. Ivanov just trying to dance through an entire defence. It's not worked, and it's not worked twice there. And I think we're just trying a bit too hard now. But here we go. Dimitrov, that's a really good ball. And Stankov, get in there. Toe pokes it past the goalkeeper. And he is good in front of goal for such a young striker. He really, really is. But that's a really embarrassing display to this point. It really, really is. I know we're winning on aggregate, but they shouldn't be in the game with 10 men. And it was a good enough team that we first put out. We should be getting the job done. Damyanov's going to come off for Bonev, and it's the last change that I can make. But Damyanov's energy levels were a little low. Ivanov's come on and not done much, which is something that can be said about him and his performances all season long. Throw in now. Can we win? We can, but straight to them. And this is a bit of a worry. They've got plenty of bodies forward, even with 10 men, and we're not closing down for whatever reason. Why are we not closing down? That's good defending in the end. Mrzic, he gets there, somehow keeps that football on. He's going to drive forward at their defence. He is still going. It's really good from him. Dimitriov, get in there. Probably don't deserve that at all. But Dimitriov grabs a goal. Oh my God, from the brink of embarrassment against 10 men Barrow, who have just not been good this season. But we have struggled today. We have really, really struggled today, and it's a bit concerning, it does have to be said. It's not champagne, is it? It's not a champagne performance, but we get the job done. Okay, my friends, so it didn't really go the way I wanted it to go today. I'm going to be completely honest. I wanted to see us lift the trophy for a start. I didn't want to see us get beat by bloody Ludogorets in the league. That's our first defeat, by the way, in the league. In something crazy. So it was at 53, I think, before the 11-game run. So yeah, like 64, 65 games is the run we went on. Let me see. I don't know where it is on this. That's the trouble. I don't know where all the records and stuff are on this game. History landmarks, is it? All competitions. Nope. That's not. Oh, here we go. Records. Most points in season 81. Most league wins. It should be here somewhere. That's just in a season, isn't it? I think. Sequences. Without losing. 35. That's just this season. And we went 18 the season before. I think. I'm not sure. It's not telling me for whatever reason. But I know it's probably about 64, 65 games. It was pretty ridiculous, to be honest with you, gang, how far we went before we were defeated by Ludogorets. But we've managed to just get through today's episode. We're into the cup final, and that will be next episode, along with the season roundup. It is a replay of last year's cup final. against CSKA Sofia. We are two of the more dominant clubs in the division, and we'll just wait and see then what happens. We're still on. I think there's 9 points available, so yeah, we're still on to beat the record of 81 points. We could finish on 83 potentially, so let's hope we can do that. But yeah, if not, there's always next season. But we'll talk about it next episode, but it's a big summer incoming, a massive summer incoming in my opinion. So yeah, we're on 73 points. So actually it'd be 82 if we was to get the 9 points. So yeah, still we would beat it by 1. But the big thing at the moment is what has happened to Zhivkov. But there you have it, my friends. We are done and dusted for another episode of FM21's Project Black Sea. Like I've already said, we'll be back next episode with a season-ending review and the Kupa na Bulgaria Cup final against CSKA Sofia. Until then, though, my friends, enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe if you're new, like if you've enjoyed. The more likes we get, obviously, the more chance there is of more eyes and ears and all sorts on this series, which would be lovely a jubbly. But until then, my friends, I salute you all. Stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you on the next one.